My name is Rob Meszaros, Mezzaros, spokesman for the Kern County Superintendent of Schools office. How schools will look in the fall is the million-dollar question right now. School officials are hard at work trying to balance competing priorities. On one hand, you have to ensure the safety of everyone involved, and on the other hand, you have to ensure that the educational and social emotional well-being of your students are being met. A school reopening task force has been meeting for the past several weeks. It's made up of representation from 26 school districts, small and large, throughout the county. The goal of the group is to come together and collaborate on the best ways to safely and efficiently open up school campuses for the 2021 school year. One of the best practices that came out of the task force's work was to ensure that school districts are engaging their stakeholders, parents, and staff on the best ways to reopen school campuses for the 2021 school year. One way that districts are currently doing that is through a variety of surveys that are going out to stakeholders to get their direct input so they can make the most informed decisions possible. There will not be a one-size-fits-all approach because every school district is vastly different. We have rural and urban districts, we have large and small districts, so what works for one district may not work for another district. Ultimately, it will be up to each individual school district and their elected board of trustees to implement the policies and procedures that best fit the needs of each individual district stakeholders as they move forward to reopening their physical school campuses for the 2021 school year. When our schools physically reopen for the 2021 school year, things are likely to look vastly different than they did just several months ago. Distance learning, to some degree, will probably be part of the new normal for quite some time. Physical distancing in a traditional school site would be next to impossible. So what we'll likely see is fewer students on campus at any one given time when our campuses physically reopen for the 2021 school year. What that will likely mean is that we'll have some kind of a staggered schedule, meaning that half or a portion of the student body will be on campus at any one given time, and then that will flip-flop, and that same group will do distance learning while their peers will be on campus. Other modifications that the task force has been talking about over the past several weeks are modifying class layouts, meaning that desks will be moved more than 6 feet apart, and ensuring that students aren't facing each other when they're in the classroom. Screening students and staff for COVID-19 symptoms, and making sure there's a place where people who do show symptoms can be isolated on campus before they are removed. Eliminating large gatherings like assemblies and mass gatherings for lunches, ensuring that students' belongings remain separated and students and staff aren't sharing pencils and electronic devices and toys and other manipulatives in the classroom. Ensuring that cleaning and disinfecting is ramped up. Creating distance between school children on buses is going to be key, so maybe that means the children are sitting every other row opposed to 2 on every row, and those types of modifications are being looked at as well. Face coverings at school is going to be very tricky, especially for younger children who may become distracted while wearing them. What we'll likely see is for students and staff to be encouraged to wear face masks, but not to require them unless physical distancing is impossible. Whatever modifications are made will be made, of course, with safety in mind, and will be vetted by guidance that has already been released by the CDC, and of course in close collaboration with our public health partners. Until there's a vaccine for COVID-19, things are going to be touch and go. While schools are currently planning for the best ways to safely and efficiently open campuses for the 2020-21 school year, they're also planning for every eventuality, which might include what procedures need to take place and under what circumstances if school has to be temporarily reclosed after the school year is opened because of a spike in COVID-19 cases locally. How schools will look in the fall is the million-dollar question right now. School officials are hard at work trying to balance competing priorities. On one hand, you have to ensure the safety of everyone involved, and on the other hand, you have to ensure that the educational and social emotional well-being of your students are being met.